7 great things the U.S. has done for other countries. 1. The U.S. turned Japan into a democracy. From 1945 to 1952, Japan was under Allied occupation. The Allies planted progressive ideas in Japan. They helped craft Japan's democratic constitution. The Allies built schools, cafes, and infrastructure. Their notions of freedom took root. Japan's civil society flourished under Allied guidance. The U.S. went from a hated foe to an ally. 43,000 U.S. personnel were stationed in Japan. This fostered close U.S.-Japan ties. Business and cultural exchanges boosted pro-American views. The Allied occupation laid the groundwork for Japan's post-war growth. 2. The U.S. helped bring down the Soviet Union. The Communist Empire crumbled in 1991. 15 nations escaped the Kremlin's rule. Internal weaknesses caused the USSR's collapse, but America helped speed the demise subtly. Ronald Reagan challenged the evil empire. His military buildup strained the Soviet economy. The U.S. supported rebels and Soviet satellites, and it inspired Eastern Bloc dissidents. 3. The U.S. organized the Berlin Airlift. This happened during the Cold War. The Soviet Union blockaded West Berlin. They blocked all roads and rail access. The U.S., along with the U.K., airlifted supplies into West Berlin. Hundreds of planes brought food and fuel. The planes landed around the clock for months. The airlift provided over 2 million tons of supplies. 4. The U.S. helped Israel gain recognition in the Arab world. Egypt was the first Arab state to recognize Israel. This happened in 1979. Jordan followed Egypt's lead. It signed the Israel-Jordan Peace Treaty in 1994. In 2020, 4 more Arab states normalized ties with Israel. These states were the UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan. Their decision was not about peace or goodwill. These nations had narrow self-interests. They had been promised advanced weapons or diplomatic favors. These incentives had come from the United States. 5. The U.S. laid the foundation for NATO. This was after World War II ended. There were worries about Soviet influence in Europe. The U.S. wanted to stop communism's spread. Western nations talked about a defense alliance. U.S. Secretary of State Dean Acheson promoted the idea. The North Atlantic Treaty laid NATO's foundation. It was signed in Washington, D.C. on April 4, 1949. The treaty said, an attack on one was an attack on all. 6. Many American stars have saved kids from poor countries. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt adopted children from Cambodia, Ethiopia, and Vietnam. Madonna adopted several children from Malawi. Celebrity adoptions draw attention to orphaned kids worldwide. Some criticize celebrity adoptions as PR stunts, but many adopted kids get loving homes with celebrities. 7. PEPFAR has saved millions of lives. PEPFAR stands for the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. It's the largest effort by any nation to address a single disease. The program focuses on 15 target countries. These are nations with high HIV rates in Africa. PEPFAR has saved 25 million lives from HIV/AIDS. It enabled over 2 million babies to be born HIV-free.